Chris Ballard. All right, here we go. We got practices, Chris. This is fun. I'm watching Tom Brady, and I'm waiting for the Phillip Rivers video. So let's start with this. At some point, Chris, you were driving home. You're driving home to your family, and you're sitting yourself thinking, you know what we could use? We could use Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is interesting. Take me to the day, Chris, that you thought to yourself, Phillip Rivers works with us. I'm going to go make a call to Phillip Rivers' agent. Take me to that day.
Well, we had long discussions internally, especially with the relationship Frank and Nick Sirianni, our offensive coordinator, both had coached Phillip. So just from the fit offensively of what we're doing and what we want to do, plus I had, being in the AFC West when I was in Kansas City, and then, the first game of the year, when we played him out in LA, he played really well. So I've seen, Phillip and how he operates and how he competes and how he leads his team. So I don't know if it was a particular day, but I know this. We had two coaches on board here that were really excited, about the possibility of getting him here.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, he is a gamer. I mean, he'll trash talk to the last day he ever grabs a football. Now, you've been a guy that spends with great discretion. You're not going to go out in free agency and overspend. You're very patient. That is your reputation. So DeForest Buckner is not inexpensive. What did you say to yourself? Okay, this is a player established. It's not going to be cheap, but it works for us. What was the key to that acquisition?
Well, we had done we do work on everybody in college coming out, and his character was exactly a fit for our program and what we wanted. And then when you watch the tape, it's even better. And I think he's even, improved. And then you're talking about a premium position in our defense in the 3 technique. It was to me, it was a no-brainer for us to do. And, and the game I watched was just, all you had to do is put on the Super Bowl. Besides Pat Mahomes, in that final quarter, Buckner might have been the MVP of the game. So no, we're excited, just not only for the player that DeForest is, but for the man and what he brings to our building and what he's going to bring the city of Indianapolis.
What you made 2 draft picks, Jonathan Taylor at Wisconsin, who I had said during the season, I'm like, that looks a lot like Ezekiel Elliott to me with a little Saquon Barkley. He is a burner. And Michael Pittman, I think I told you a year ago, I said, that kid, I know his dad was a grinder. I like him. And then you picked both of them, and I just went crazy. But we've got this no preseason, no OTAs. What are realistic expectations, Chris, for even gifted rookies this year?
I told our media the story the other day. Darius Leonard didn't take 1 snap in OTAs. He was hurt for all of OTAs, and it worked out for Darius Leonard. So, between Zoom meetings and mentally they're in it. They're both smart, mature kids, and they're in it. And there's going to be an absolute learning curve, like there was for all rookies. But we drafted them for a reason, for their maturity, for the talent we think they have. And there's not been anything that at this point, since they've been in the building, that has told me they're not anything but what we thought we were going to get.
Yeah, but I just love them both. I've had them both on my show. They're so much more mature than I was at like 21 years old. They're such bright kids. And it certainly helped for Pittman. His dad played in the NFL. So, it's interesting about your team. It is so much of what you're doing. You've drafted well. You've used discretion with free agents. But there's also this thing where you've got some unbelievable players, Darius Leonard, Quentin Nelson, and you're going to have to pay them in a couple years. How do you avoid getting impatient? How do you avoid saying, we got guys coming up here, we got to start posting W's? Is that a battle for you personally, knowing how competitive your division is?
Well, look, we have a lot of faith in our process of how we do things. And, I got a great staff in terms of scouting, from Ed Dodge to Kevin Rogers to Morocco Brown. I got a really special staff. I think as good as I've been around, since I've been in the league. And then we have a coaching staff that also believes in, developing our own players. So we have enough faith in our process and what we do that we still think we can, remain competitive and win going, as we continue to build this thing. I mean, I screwed it up last year. We had a great start. Frank did a heck of a job. The team did a heck of a job. We went on a run. You started out 5-2, and then, the injury bug hit us, and I didn't quite get the depth that I thought we needed. And that's, that falls strictly on my shoulders. But we think we've done a better job of this off season. And, I feel fortunate to, where we're at, and we'll let it roll, see where we end up.
So when I come to work every day at Fox, I pass through several questionnaires. They take my temperature. There's hand dispensers everywhere. It's been Joy and I have said it's been pretty remarkable. To be honest with you, I feel much safer here than I would go into a restaurant in Manhattan Beach. So for you, has the team adapted? The protocols you use? Has it been difficult? How do you take your message to 23-year-old players who want to go out? Take me through that process for the Colts.
Well, we're doing all the same things, and we're testing every day. So Dave Hammer, who's running our, protocols for the league, has done a tremendous job. And then everybody's got to buy in, from coaches to staff. Everybody's got to buy in. And I think we all feel great here at the building. I think there's a sense of security and safety when you walk in the building. Our big message to the team is, when you leave the building, you're responsible not only for yourself, but you're responsible for your teammates. Right. And look, a lot of the philosophy of how the people that we want to draft and bring in, Frank had a long talk with him, this week about it. You're in this locker room for a reason, because what you stand for, and your ability and willingness to sacrifice for others. And I think we said it a couple of times, but I think it's the ultimate test of discipline and sacrifice for your team that everybody in this league is going to go through this year.
Finally, let's go back to Phillip Rivers. He can dog cuss opponents. He's totally intense. You got a young roster, and he's like one of those guys that's been in old cowboy movies. What's it been like to be around him and just his spirit around the club?
I don't know if I've been around anybody that loves football more, and lives football. He's in the building the other day, really for the first time, and the second he leaves, I get a 5-minute voice text message from him, about all these ideas. This guy, he loves ball. He loves being a great teammate. Those things are important to him. And his energy, even at 38 years old, you wouldn't know that this guy wasn't a first-year rookie, the way his passion is and his energy is for football. That's
so great. Chris Ballard. Well, you got a hoodie on. You look comfortable. You look confident. Life is good. And, here we go. I said this to Joy today. Chris, there's been a couple of baseball flare-ups. By and large, I watch the NBA. I'm looking at hockey. It looks like we're getting through this thing, right? Is it a fingers crossed situation, or you feel good about it?
Well, look, like I tell her, Frank and I talk about this it's a day every day. We have to manage each and every day. This is different than anything we've ever experienced. First in this country in our lifetime, since 1918 with the last, with the Spanish flu. So it's different, and it's a little uncomfortable, and it's going to be, and it's not normal. But that's okay. We manage it. We keep going. We keep moving forward. We're going to have some points where it's probably going to get a little sticky. I'm sure every team in the league will. Yeah. But it's our job to figure it out and just keep moving forward. I don't know what else you can do. I do believe we're going to play. I feel better about it now than I probably would have told you a month ago, with all the protocols and the things that the league and the PA have put together. So we think we have a good plan, and we'll run with it.
Good seeing you, buddy. Love talking to you.
Same here.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd, or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.